We reported earlier that the Supreme Court has now withdrawn the suspension, or rather the removal of Samuel Anyanwu as publicity secretary, or as national secretary rather, of the People's Democratic Party. Let's bring in former publicity secretary of the PDP, Kola Ologbondiyan, on this development. So it appears that the National Working Committee of the PDP has a completely different understanding of this judgment from how Samuel Anyanwu is interpreting it. He says it has been returned as national secretary, but the NWC thinks otherwise. Do you see another trouble entirely as a result of this?
Thank you very much. I do not foresee any other problem. I think what the working committee of our party has expressed by the National Publicity Secretary, Udeh-Okoye, is saying is that the party is happy with the judgment of the Supreme Court, particularly in respect to the fact that the Supreme Court has recused the courts from deciding the lives, the day-by-day lives of the political parties. The Supreme Court has said that it cannot be, the courts can no longer be used to determine candidates, that various parties should use the internal conflict resolution mechanisms obtainable in their respective constitution to deal with issues bordering on disagreements within the political parties. And I think for the People's Democratic Party, that's a glorious judgment, because the issues, the challenges that are confronting the party today borders on people who refuse to accept the decision of the party, but run to court to go and hide in the court process. And I think that is the aspect that the PDP is excited about. And
it sounds good, really, but until you now hear that the same Supreme Court also nullified the judgments of the Court of Appeal and the Federal High Court that removed Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary of the PDP. We've seen pictures of him reportedly resuming in his office. How do you see your party navigate these murky waters?
Well, the navigation is going to be very smooth, because even prior to the decision of the Supreme Court asking parties to go and resolve their issues, the People's Democratic Party, through its various organs, the Board of Trustees, the National Working Committee, the influential group, which is called the Governors Forum, have all decided that Udeh-Okoye is the substantive National Secretary of the party. The judgment that you are referring to, which is the judgment of the Supreme Court, did not go into the details of crowning either Udeh-Okoye or Senator Samuel Anyanwu. Rather, it says the party should go and use its own mechanisms to decide who the secretary of the party is. And as a matter of fact, it's only the party that can decide its officers. It's not enough to run to the court and go and hide under the court and say, oh, the party cannot remove me. Or isn't it strange and very funny that an officer of the party for a whole month to go and sit down in the confines of the office of the party without interfacing or interacting with any other officer on the ground that, oh, he must be an officer of the party? So I think for the People's Democratic Party, and like I said earlier, as expressed by the National Publicity Secretary, who is the official mouthpiece, the official spokesperson of the party, Udeh-Okoye, has stated the position of the People's Democratic Party. And even the Board of Trustees has come out to declare the decision of the Supreme Court as very welcome.
Former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Kola Ologbondiyan, thank you for talking to us tonight.